Now, the second thing I want you to talk about is the meeting here I'm going to show you of the cabinet. Now, this cabinet meeting was interesting, not just because right now what's circulating is that when Marco Rubio was talking to Donald Trump, he was falling asleep. I mean, and the reason why that's also interesting is because in a tweet around the same time or the day before, the night before this, Donald Trump actually went on Truth Social and called Joe Biden Sleepy Joe. The irony. There's a thing with them that says every accusation is a confession. A lot of times they accuse the other side of so many different things that they're either guilty of, they're guilty of planning, they're guilty of doing in a more sinister, evil, cruel, sadistic, psychopathic means of doing the same thing they accuse the Democrats of doing. But for the most part, yeah, the man was sleeping. But what I want to say about that cabinet meeting, it's just reflective of the fact that Donald Trump constantly needs adulation. He constantly needs ego boost. He constantly needs people assuring him that he's doing the right thing, that he's strong, because he does not look strong. He looks very weak. He lumbers around. There's videos of him lumbering down the Air Force One, like zigzagging across and just looking sleepy, looking lethargic. There was a New York Times article that came out that says he only works 5 hours a day. Then he takes whatever they give him, whatever he sniffs or his pops to stay energized, and then he's like Truth Social all night. Like he did 400 or so Truth Social points in like overnight, and just all sorts of manic, crazy like conspiracy theories. It's like if anyone did that, you'd be like, Grandpa, I'm going to talk to the people at Shady Acres and tell them to take away your phone and turn off the lights and make sure that you get a good night's sleep, because you're up doing all sorts of crazy stuff. He's the oldest president at this point now, ever. And he's just like, he's not cut up for this. He's, besides the fact that he's a evil, racist, sexist, xenophobic, brute, know nothing. Besides that, why he shouldn't have the job. He also shouldn't have the job because physically, mentally, he's just not caught up. He's not up to the task, and he needs to be removed. And since the Republicans in Congress won't do it, and since the Supreme Court, the conservatives in the Supreme Court keeps allowing him to advance his really destructive, cruel, sadistic, hateful agenda that essentially destroys the economy, ignores the rule of law, dismantles the Constitution, creates a sort of authoritarian, dictatorial state of lawlessness. Since they're doing that and greenlighting that, the only option is for us, the people, to do what we need to do, as we've done yesterday. The folks in Tennessee, that's a sign. Keep doing it, keep showing up, and we'll remove them for them. And so that's what's coming for them. But the fact that he had to have all these people is such like North Korea. I saw that a little while ago there was a report from, I think it was Harry Reid. It was from not John Boehner. Why am I thinking all the was a Republican representative, what was his name? God, I don't know why I'm forgetting the name. I'm drawing a blank. Said when he went to Mar-a-Lago, it was like going to North Korea, where people stand when Donald Trump's walking in the room, and they stand when he, sits, he stands up, he says something, and he loves the fact that Kim Jong-un has that sort of thing. That's why I think he loved dictators. He loved Viktor Orban. He loved Vladimir Putin. So one of the first things he did when he came to the office, he started joking around, taking over Greenland, taking over Panama Canal, threatening Mexico, threatening Nigeria, threatening Venezuela, just threatening to annex properties, Canada, and things like that, because he just had this weird fetish to be so much like other people. He's always clamoring to be like someone else. I think even this really silly, stupid, I shouldn't say it's stupid, but this Giving Tuesday announcement he did with Adele, saying we're going to give money, and it's going to be called Trump Care or Trump Loves for Children. I think all of that is essentially just him trying to be like Barack Obama and Obamacare, which is interesting enough because Obamacare is a pejorative meaning is like a word that Republicans use to poke fun at the Affordable Health Care Act, because that's something that Obama was promoting it, and so he tried to call it Obamacare like it's a joke. Then Obama embraced it. He said, yeah, I love it, I'll take it. Yeah, Obamacare, because Obama cares. And then now it's a thing, and like, how many years later people love it. There's 50 million people up in it, and a good chunk, the majority of people who enjoy Obamacare and the benefits from it are from red states. And so Trump's over there jealous of Obamacare, something that was a joke from the Republicans, and he wants so much to have some initiative named after him. That's why he's trying to create that arc and have that arc, which named for him, and that ballroom, and he wants to have the ballroom named for him, and he wants the Nobel Peace Prize. He wants to leave a legacy because he knows he's on his way out, and he's trying to make up amends for being such a horrible person for the most of his life and having done things that we won't say, but we're going to find out, and it's going to leave a bad legacy. So he hopes that cancels out the truth of his legacy, which is not going to be pretty. It's not pretty now, but when we uncover the real things that's really problematic, those little attempts to get a Nobel Peace Prize or get things named after him, it's going to be for nothing. It's going to be like really minor. But anyway, so that cabinet meeting was a trip. It was just all that was. It was just fake, and they look so pathetic. I don't know if they realized how silly they look, just sitting up there lauding all sorts of false praises and saying that he kept the hurricanes away. Girl, please, y'all just sound crazy. Y'all sound cult-like. It's like Cult 47. For people looking for accountability and are concerned whether or not this party and this administration will be held accountable for all of their evil lawlessness, there was a story that happened last month, early in the month, that a lot of people know. A lot of people aren't talking